Hey everyone, I'm Eric Buckley. I'm the CEO of LeadSpot. And if you've been wondering why your B2B content isn't driving the pipeline lift it used to, even though you're putting out great case studies, guides, and white papers, this video is for you. Because we just finished analyzing what happened after we syndicated over 500 pieces of B2B content across our networks. And the results were eye opening. The short version, in 2025, your best content isn't being Googled, it's being asked for by ChatGPT, by Claude, by Perplexity. And unless that content lives in places they scan, you're invisible. So let me break down exactly what we found and how you can use this to turn your case studies into one of your highest performing sales assets. So let's start with the shift we're all seeing. Buyers aren't just searching anymore, they're asking. Things like top supply chain platforms for real time visibility, who's helping mid market SaaS teams with onboarding automation, or best B2B vendors for reducing downtime in manufacturing. And they're not clicking through 10 blue links, they're reading AI generated summaries from tools like ChatGPT, Claude, and Perplexity, or zero click AI overviews in Google. That's the new battleground for visibility. So the question we asked was, can syndicated content like case studies get discovered and cited in those AI answers? And if so, does that visibility lead to actual pipeline? We analyzed 18 current campaigns across industries, including SaaS, cybersecurity, logistics, manufacturing tech, totaling 517 total syndicated assets. Of those, 90 were case studies, and we isolated them to get a clearer picture of performance. Here's what we tracked: syndicated volume, so how many sites each case study appeared on; LLM mentions, how often it showed up in ChatGPT, Claude, or Perplexity answers; brand search lift, were more people Googling the brand name during or after the campaign; click throughs versus direct traffic, did they land by link or go straight to the brand from an answer; and then finally, SQL conversions. Did these leads turn into viable opportunities? We also built an internal LLM visibility specialist, which was hugely helpful. It's a digital twin that tested hundreds of actual prompts to see which case studies got picked up. So here's what we found. Just for syndicated case studies placed on 20 plus trusted sites were over 3 times more likely to show up in LLM answers than those with limited distribution. We saw a 24% increase in branded search volume during the campaign and within 60 days after. That tells us even if they didn't click, they remembered the brand and went for it after. Direct traffic rose by 19%, while click through rates actually dropped. That's classic zero click behavior. The AI gave the answer, the buyer went straight to the site. And most importantly, SQL conversion rates rose by 37% for leads who had LLM exposure to these syndicated case studies. Let me say that again, a 37% lift in qualified pipeline, not just traffic. So why is this happening? Because LLMs don't just scan your website, they train on public data, especially third-party portals, blogs, and opt-in research libraries. If your case study is buried on your blog, gated behind a form, or posted one time on LinkedIn, it's not even eligible to get picked up. But when you syndicate that same case study across 5, 10, 20 plus trusted sources, it starts appearing in the training data and output of the models your buyers are using every single day. So when a buyer asks for customer success stories using a certain solution, or who helped the manufacturing tech industry reduce X factor, or top vendors solving a specific pain point, your case study now starts to show up in those answers. That's not SEO, that's LLM SEO. And it's already reshaping how B2B buyers find and trust vendors. If you want your case studies to actually get discovered and influence pipeline in this new AI first world, here's what we recommend. First, write QA style content. Think how customer X reduced churn by 45%, or why customer Z chose a certain vendor for supply chain visibility. Use consistent, canonical brand language. LLMs love repetition. Don't get fancy, get clear and repeatable. Syndicate broadly. So not just one or two sites. We have access to syndicate across 200 plus opt-in specific B2B portals, blogs, and research channels. That's what it takes today. Track brand search and direct traffic. These are your proxies for LLM visibility. When they go up, even if click-through rates go down, it means you're in the answer set. Map LLM exposure to pipeline. We used UTMs, timestamps, and sales call reviews to connect LLM discovered content to SQLs. It's not perfect, but it's pretty accurate. We're calling this whole phenomenon the LLM triggered demand loop. Number one, a prospect asks ChatGPT or Claude for vendor advice. Number two, your case study is then mentioned. Number three, they then search your brand directly. And four, they land on your site and see familiar messaging. Finally, they then book the meeting. Your sales team thinks it was an inbound lead, but really it was AI-driven outbound from your case study. So here's the bottom line. If your content is sitting quietly on your blog, it's probably invisible to the tools your buyers now use to research their vendors. But when you syndicate it widely, smartly, and intentionally, it not only drives leads, but it earns you a spot in the answers that are shaping today's buying decisions. That's what we do at LeadSpot. We don't just syndicate content, we make sure it gets seen by the AI models that are rewriting the buyer journey. If you want to see how your case studies could be working harder, or if you want to get your own LLM visibility test, go to www.lead-spot.net. We'll help you out. Thanks for watching. And if this was helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone else that's running demand gen in 2025. Thanks.